Hello, and welcome back to the channel. As most of you know, I'm Topher, and for those of you who don't know and just randomly decided to click on my video, welcome to the channel. I'm Topher. Thank you for stopping by. So we're here to do a reaction, and we're reacting to my queen, my goddess, my end-all, be-all, the one, the only Miss Kelly Clarkson, and I'm catching up on all of my Christmas reactions because I was busy in the month of December and just didn't have any time to record anything, and we're making up for that now. So I figured let's dive into some of these Christmas karaoke tracks. She's got a bunch of them because I know Christmas is one of her favorite holidays, so she sang a lot of Christmas songs. So I'm probably gonna have to do 2 or 3 sets of these videos to keep them from being too extensively long. So for our first set of reactions, we are gonna start off with her duet with the one and only gorgeous Mr. Brett Eldredge and their song Under the Mistletoe.
Every time I look around this room, my eyes, they tend to fall on you, and I confess, nothing but you make sense. Memories fill my heart, and I can barely keep my tears from falling. Oh, I want your love. Do you ever think of us? Is it too late to open up? I'm dying to say, oh, how I love you. You're walking towards me now. Hey. Push my pride aside when I close my eyes. It's just you and I.
Ooh, never mind, I won't demonstrate. Oh, I like the digital band there. Or the digital strings anyway.
Everything I tried to keep you from getting inside works until I see your face.
It's so delicious.
Fingers hoping you might stay. Wrapped up in your arms is where I want to spend my night. So hard, how much I want you.
Do you think about?
Come on, girl.
I want your love.
Is it too late to let you know I can't quite escape? How much I need you.
You're walking towards me now. Push my pride aside when I close my eyes. It's just you and I.
I do enjoy the tone of his voice.
Standing on the line, Santa, hear my prayer. All I really ever want, all I really ever want.
Come on, boy. I would gladly give it up for Brett Eldredge. I liked how during the sort of like, not really instrumental break, but when after he came out, he sang his verse and they sang the chorus together. Kelly's background singer was like, all I want, the mistletoe, all I want. You know, that whole little background line while Brett was off, you know, doing whatever, his little riff section, his little runs are over there. Not really riffs and runs, but his ad-libs. He was doing his little things over there while Kelly, she very easily could have belted her face off and, you know, just made it, gave you complete vocal showcase. She could have done all that during that section while he was also ad-libbing and whatnot. She could have ad-libbed her face off too. But because he's got much more of a lower, deeper kind of country voice, and it's not really one of those super duper big belty powerful kind of, like, it's not like he's Rascal Flatts or Dan and Shay where they've got those country tenors where they've got these sort of like super, you know, prominent belts. He's got a much lower kind of voice where it's not really one of those booming kind of belty kind of voices. It's a much quieter kind of power that he has to his voice, and like I said, I really just enjoy the tone of his voice and the look of him. But what I loved is while he was doing all those ad-libs, she chose to just sing with her background singers. So she joined in on that all I want, and was just playing a much more of a supportive role while he was having his time, because while she did her whole first verse and chorus, you know, she gave you all the vocals, and then he came out, and when they were singing together on that second chorus, I said the same thing when I reacted to the track. Her vocals, she's really good about singing with other people and not stealing the show. It's, you know, sharing the spotlight, and you know, she's great with harmonizing with other people and whatnot. And here, like, she's still really good about it because she very easily could have gone off even more. But when you're belting out some of those higher notes, like she was doing with those higher harmonies for that second chorus, like, it's hard to belt them quietly. So sometimes that just requires the other person to up their volume output to match that, so that, you know, you get that nice blend. But like I said, Brett's not one of those kind of singers, at least not from what I've heard. So her volume was getting a little bit drowning out his vocals during that second chorus a little bit. I could still hear his vocals, but like she was the predominant voice you heard during that second chorus. So I liked her taking that, you know, background part and let Brett have his time to shine there, so you could hear his voice too, because I do, like I said, I keep saying, I enjoy the sound of his voice, I enjoy the tone of his voice. So yeah, this was overall, it was a nice performance, very, very nice. They look great together. Oh no, they can't be together because he's one of my husbands, so that's fine. But you know, yes, they look great. So we're gonna move on to our next Kellyoke Christmas song. So now she's covering Dolly Parton, Dolly Parton's Hard Candy Christmas. I love this song.
Hey, maybe I'll dye my hair, and maybe I'll move somewhere. Maybe I'll get a car. Maybe I'll drive so far that I'll lose track. Me, I'll bounce right back. Maybe I'll sleep real late. Hey, maybe I'll lose some weight. Maybe I'll clear my junk. Maybe I'll just get drunk on apple wine. Me, I'll be just fine and dandy. Lord, it's like a hard candy Christmas. I'm barely getting through tomorrow, but still I won't let sorrow bring me way down.
Come on, girl. Work. So now that right there is one of the sides of Kelly Clarkson's voice that I adore hearing the most, because that song just sat in such a natural place for her voice. Like, it didn't feel like at any point that she was uncomfortable vocally. It didn't feel like she was pushing. It just, everything, especially during those verses, like it just sat in such a natural place where it just felt like she was just talking. She was just storytelling. And you know, she's one of the best storytellers. I love a good vocal storyteller. And it's just, she was just telling the story, because it's not necessarily a very happy Christmas kind of song. And I don't know if it was originally just like a Dolly Parton single, then it was featured in Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, but I know it from the musical. Is it a musical, or is it just a straight play? I don't remember, it's been years since I've seen it. But I know it from Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, and then like I know Dolly Parton was in that, and so like I don't know if it was a Dolly Parton single and then it was featured in that, or if it was featured in that and then Dolly just took it as a single and, you know, just made it the entity amazingness that it is. But I love, it's very sort of story driven in that sense, and I just love Kelly when she does the storytelling thing. It was just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful tone to her voice, and it was just, yeah, just beautiful, beautiful. All right, so next we've got Kelly singing Darlene Love's Christmas, Baby Please Come Home. So let's see. Come on, girl. Yes, queen. All right, but before I get to the next one, I'm gonna take it back to that one. Because I noticed that there was a full-on crowd there, which tells me that, okay, yes, original air date December 17th, 2019. Okay, that makes sense. Because I'm seeing a full-on crowd there, and they don't seem socially distanced. So I'm like, okay, I don't think this is a recent performance, because at least from what I've seen, the recent Kellyoke segments and just Kelly Clarkson show in general has had the virtual audience and whatnot. So I'm like, they're not paying attention to social distancing protocols. But okay, so yes, this was one of last year's things that apparently I just missed. But yeah, the vocals on this were really good. I mean, they were your typical Kelly Clarkson. It was a very chesty kind of song, you know, very chesty, belty, and everything just sat here. She transitioned up into her head voice a couple times, but yeah, it was just good, strong, quintessential Kelly Clarkson kind of vocals. Wasn't anything super new or inventive done with the song, and doesn't need to be, but yeah, they were just good, strong Kelly Clarkson classic vocals. And yeah, good thing. Alright, so the last one that we are going to do for this video is All I Want for Christmas Is You, and I'm not sure if this is her covering Mariah's or if this is her doing the Vince Valiant and the Variants? The Vince Valiant version that she actually covered and released in the studio and then did at the Rockefeller lighting. So we're just gonna dive in and see.
Take back the holly and mistletoe.
Okay, it's this one.
Silver bells on strings. If I wrote a letter to Santa Claus, I would ask for just one thing. I don't need sleigh rides in the snow. Don't want a Christmas that's blue. Take back the tinsel, stockings and bows, 'cause all I want for Christmas is you. I don't need expensive things, they don't matter to me. All that I want can't be found underneath the Christmas
Stunning. Stunning. Okay, I mean, this is the third time in this recording session that I've reacted to her singing this song. I reacted to the actual studio version, I reacted to her singing it at Rockefeller Center, and now I've reacted to it here. And each time it just gets better and better and better. What this showed me, which I already knew, is she's just like one of the, like she is so well versed since probably from being on American Idol, but she is like so good at doing these like perfect singing competition versions of songs. And what I mean by that is, like, on these singing competitions, at least for the first, you know, however many weeks before you get to like the finals, you're condensed down into like a minute, minute and a half, and that's all you've got to deliver the entire song. So if you pick a very slow song, you only get like part of a verse and maybe a full chorus in it. If you pick an upbeat song, you might get a little bit more time in there, but she's so good at, and it's probably because Jason has been with her all this time, so he's good at arranging these things, but it's so good at just condensing down these full-length songs into this little minute and a half experience where it doesn't feel like you're, well, it doesn't feel like it's too short or like it's being gypped in the sense that like it feels abruptly cut in places. I know I've reacted to a lot of her Kellyoke segments where I said it felt too short and I just wanted more. And that was just me enjoying the music so much that I wanted her to do the full length thing. Not that it felt abrupt or like I was being cut off. I just wanted to hear the full thing because I was enjoying what I heard so much. But like, they're so good at just condensing these full-length experiences down into this minute and a half, and they just know what parts to pick, what parts to transition into, and it's just they just do it so well. Vocals were fantastic, as they were the other two times I reacted to them. I love the background vocals, especially the towards the end. That wasn't the vocal at all, but just a lot of those background vocals I adore. I adore the brass instruments, and yeah, just overall great. She looked fantastic. All right, so before we wrap this up, I got to do my ranking of the performances reacted to. So I'd probably say that in fourth place for me out of these would be Christmas, Baby Please Come Home. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with it. It was a good sort of quintessential classic, strong Kelly Clarkson chest vocal, but you know, it didn't deviate as much as some of the other songs. Like the other songs, you got a lot more vocal range, a lot more vocal dynamics and whatnot, and here it was just pretty much just chest belting the entire time. And there's nothing wrong with that because it sounds good. Her chest voice was delicious, magically delicious, but yeah. Then next I'd probably put Under the Mistletoe with Eldredge. Yeah, vocals, again, like I said there, the vocals were great. Just some of the volume between them was a little inconsistent. She was definitely a lot stronger vocalist, a lot more powerful, overpowering him at times and whatnot, but she did know when to take it back and let him have his moment to shine, so I like that. The next, second place, I would probably put All I Want for Christmas Is You, because I just really enjoyed what she did with Hard Candy Christmas. That was my favorite of the four that I reacted to in this section. There's just something about it, just the storytelling and just the vulnerability, and just I adored it. So yeah, that's my ranking. So you guys let me know what your ranking is down in the comment section. Let me know what other Christmas Kellyoke segments that I've apparently missed out on, because apparently she did it last year. Well, of course she did it last year, but apparently I missed them. So, you know, let me know what I've missed. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on notifications so you'll be notified when all my shenanigans get posted. If there's anything else you'd like me to react to, be sure to leave it down in the comments and I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. If you'd like to support the channel in other ways, you're more than welcome to join us over on Patreon. You don't have to, but you're more than welcome to if you want to. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Love you. Mwah. And before you guys go, a shout out to my amazing patrons. I can't begin to express how thankful I am for your support. And if you guys would like to join us over on Patreon, the link is down in the description. I love you guys.